As is often the case when we trade one prestige vehicle in our collection for another by way of part exchange on this particular occasion, this was far too well aligned with our values to not offer as part of our prestige collection, because the value for money on this facelift generation 2011 shape BMW Z4, still as striking looking now as it was when new, especially of course here in white. It's a Highline edition in particular with that gorgeous red interior, sports seats, very, very nicely equipped car with those gorgeous wheels as well. But in particular, the most gorgeous thing about it is its price, because this vehicle is under £7,000, and that is a tremendous amount of vehicle for the money. And it's funny because these days this almost feels like a traditional approach to a sports car. It's a petrol, it's a manual, it's a simple sports car with just enough in the way of accoutrement to make the vehicle nice to live with, but still a sports car at heart. Of course, you have the electronic folding roof, which is such an advantage over a rag top, as they used to be called back in the day, and of course having the hard top gives it better aerodynamics and the feel of a proper roof over your head. At the same time, being a 23i, that means a 2.5 litre engine. As mentioned, it is a petrol model, and what that means in terms of performance, first and foremost, is a 0 to 60 time of around 6 seconds, 150 miles an hour at top end speed, which is no slouch, and at the same time, this being BMW of course, it is very, very efficient. Even without the advantage of a diesel engine, it can still average up to 33 miles to the gallon, but it's on the motorway where it really comes into its own. As high as 46 miles to the gallon is astonishingly good for a sports car, and of course because of that efficiency, even as a performance machine, its road tax is literally hundreds upon hundreds of pounds cheaper per year than many cars in this kind of segment at £385. You would naturally be curious about its history though, and what a history it has. A full service history behind it with its book pack and 2 keys intact. In fact, it's just been serviced by us as well and has an MOT until September of this year. As mentioned earlier on, not only does it have the look, the price and the performance, being a BMW, it's comfortable to drive and very, very well equipped. Of course, it has USB, Bluetooth and auxiliary capabilities, a heated rear window, which is a nice advantage to have in a folding roof car, those day-running xenon lights, dual zone climate control, which is a lovely touch, split between the driver and the passenger. A surprising advantage on this vehicle as well is that front passenger seat also is ISOFIX ready for a child seat if you need it, and it even has a soft closing boot as well. In other words, not only does it have the great looks, the great performance, and certainly the great price, but it is very well equipped, a great long distance car thanks to that combination of ease of life accessories combined with fantastic economy, but of course even more so as we enter the better months of the year with better weather. It is a prime example of a car which you could use as a weekend toy, but with efficiency like that, you could just as easily use it as a daily driver if you wanted to. If then you are on the market for a BMW Z4 and this one catches your eye, as well it should, it's not going to stick around for very long at that price point, then of course you could reach out regarding it via the email address shown here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155 or on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.